to game number 3 of Rising Star versus mith.trust. It's starting out right about now. We're fairly excited. We saw 2 games in a row.
Who do you think is going to win? Mineski? Mineski's out.
There you go. What they are? How can that be? I'm going to put money on the Rising Stars.
Rising Stars?
I want to see my 4 Chinese teams going through.
I think if mith.trust picks an aggressive hero, not anti-mage, I think
whoever picks aggressive hero is going to win. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't matter if it's Chinese or Singaporean or if you're purple or if you're red. If you pick aggressive hero, you win. Done deal, right?
Right.
All right. We agree on that.
It's more exciting for us, too. No 80-minute Grindfest, though. Do you really want to see that?
I do.
Are you trolling me?
I do.
Okay.
Because 80-minute Grindfest, that's when you see, like, Earthshaker buying back into Echo. like crazy stuff that you normally never see, right?
This is true.
Yeah. Like, that was the too impressive buyback early on where mith.trust lost a couple of heroes in the base, and they were able to defend. Like, you see a lot of those amazing plays. Sure, it takes you a ton of time to get there, and that might be a little bit boring.
Yeah.
It might not be good for Purge, who's...
And again, this is game 3 of the loser brackets for TI3 Eastern Qualifiers Group B, and this is definitely do or die. We said it was do or die last time, but this is really do or die. This is the last game of the series, 1-1 right now for Rising Stars versus mith.trust, and looks like the game is about to start. But again, I think the ban's probably pretty standard. Lifestealer ban, Bat Rider ban, Lone Druid. Wisp first phase ban? They did pick it up in the first phase last game.
Maybe a second.
I don't really think that it was Wisp that I think it was Night Stalker. Night Stalker would just destroyed them.
I think Wisp gave them the late game they give them the mid game. It was a ton of Wisp plays in the mid game.
Yeah,
and like you said, they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, that's true.
They just
Superman.
I
mean, that is what Wisp does. Turns melee or turns anybody into Superman.
And when you have the Robin, that is Magnus. Is he Robin? He's kind of too fat to be a Matt. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go back on that one. The game
You're
is so
gonna have to rethink that one.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna be Rising Star with the first pick on the rating, mith.trust on the Dire, and there's a Dragonite band out here. So we were thinking things like Lifestealer.
Respect for ABBA right there.
I guess Blink DK is pretty legit.
Can he even play any other heroes? I haven't seen him.
I don't know. Like, is he done here? Right? Does he just Michael the Courier now? We'll see. We'll see what exactly ABBA is playing. Now, all jokes aside, ABBA plays things like
one of Wisp, Lifestealer or Lone Druid will make it through the ban, though.
I think Wisp makes through. It's not a second.
Oh, 2 of them will make it through.
Yeah, well, Rising Star's trying to set themselves up with the Lifestealer first pick, and let's see if mith.trust is going to give away.
Lifestealer, nope. Not giving it.
Lone Druid. Actually, I like Lone Druid a lot more here over the Anti-Mage, simply because even though...
Dude, Lone Druid is awesome.
He is. And
what a beast.
You know that mith.trust and Rising Star loves their Anti-Mage. First of all, by picking up Lone Druid, you somewhat, quote-unquote, counter the Anti-Mage. It's an air quote counter because Lone Druid pushes so quickly. If you get entangled, it's always nice. You could also pick up Lone Druid and Anti-Mage together on the same team, and Lone Druid doesn't need the necessary tri-lane protection. So
yeah, I mean, Lone Druid is just a ridiculous hero. He's one of those carries that just puts out a ton of pressure early. He wins his lane. He's hard to gank. He pushes down towers, and you really just can't leave him alone. He owns a lot of carries, too.
Almost sounds like he's imbalanced.
I mean, definitely. Not as imbalanced as Lifestealer, but regardless, Lone Druid definitely worthy of a Tier 1 pick. Again, I mean, if they have Magnus, too, that empower Bear, he just crushes towers. But looks like it's on mith.trust, and will they actually use a Wisp? That is the question. I think if they don't take it, then Rising Stars will, and then we might see a replay of last game.
Yeah, and right now, of course, like we kind of talked about, Lone Druid puts a lot of pressure on the enemy team in terms of drafting, the laning as well. Also, your carry selection is somewhat limited. Anti-Mage could be a decent carry, but you don't want to go toe-to-toe against those spears. So
there's what? Darkseer, Clock, Magnus, Wisp. Those are the kind of the heroes that we're looking at here.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how, like, some of the Eastern teams, they like to pick up supports that deals with Bane, or deals with Lone Druid pretty well, which is Bane, for example. Sleep and Feeble. That's but they're going to pick up a Juggernaut.
Wow.
So, I mean...
mith.trust just like, wow, screw you guys with that first pick Juggernaut. We're taking it this time.
It just goes back to what we've seen, I guess, throughout the entire day. Aggression wins game.
I know.
Juggernaut, pretty aggressive hero, and apparently just a fine 1-row carry.
Yeah. Well, are they going to use the Wisp? I mean, the reason why Juggernaut was so strong last game is just because they had Wisp and Magnus. Imagine if it was like a real carry, like Tiny or something. Oh my goodness, that would.
Are you saying Juggernaut's not a real carry?
He's decent. I mean, I think he did his job though. I think Xiao Tuji played a very fine Juggernaut last game. He was huge. He was able to keep ahead of net worth in Anti-Mage like almost all stages of the game, which is very, very huge.
Is he an imaginary number carry?
What is he gonna be?
What?
Imaginary number carry?
Yeah.
Are you trying to be funny here?
I am. Do you get that one?
Imaginary number.
Yeah. All right,
get it.
we'll go back to it. Ben needs to be
Are
educated
these jokes like
in his ways of
fucking super
Asianness.
next level right here?
Well, it's super nerd level, so maybe super previous. But we'll go back to that one a little bit later on. Lone Druid is the first pick up here, and looks like we're looking for the second and third. I mean, if Rising Star really want to go late game,
I think they just take Mag right now. Mag is. I mean,
Mag AM
it's not that
straight
great
up?
versus Rubik. Not AM. Screw AM. Aggression is key. You said it before the game, and I think it still continues here.
12 slot Druid, guys. Come on. We can only wish.
I mean, I think it gives them team fight. It buffs your lone druid, and it just makes your lanes pretty good. Magnus is much better in mid than in the off lane. And again, if Magnus in the off lane, he just seems to get crushed. I mean, I think that Mofi was it? Yeah,
Yes,
Mofi played the last game pretty well. Oh, looks like it will be Visage and Quap instead.
Yeah, so the fact that Magnus was in the pool and they gave it up, it's like, here, you could have it. We're going to be looking to dominate our lanes. And seems like that Rising's going to kind of figure out the recipe to success. Just make sure that you win every lane, or at least have a slight edge in it, and then group up and go for some power pushes, get your quick mech, get your quick pipe, take Roshan, and just go for win. And heroes like Visage and Queen of Pain early will help you do that. I'm not a big fan of picking up Visage, or Visage and Queen of Pain right now when there's a Nyx Assassin on the pool.
Nyx.
Yep.
I think that would be a very good hit. Pick for mith.trust, but they did not make very good use of the Nyx Assassin last game. He was just kind of lost his lane and then just didn't really do anything for the rest of the game.
Exactly.
They had an early gem though, but again, I think he's very well suited to aggressive playstyles. Maybe not for Protect 1, but aggressive playstyle, aggressiveness wins games. Gyrocopter, the carry of choice for mith.trust.
And Gyrocopter against Lone Druid is very decent matchup because a lot of Gyrocopter's item choices, be it Manta Star or BKB, or even if you're gonna go for the Loda Ethereal Blade, like it gets you away from that bear one way or another. And because that bear is always next to you, you will always have a flat cannon target, and you don't really care who you're hitting, and as long as you're hitting a melee target, everything is gonna get flat. It's decent against
and it owns the
birds.
Visage birds.
There you go. It owns supports pretty hard. Queen of Pain is not exactly your high armor hero, so it's a decent.
Wait, you're going back to Visage now, not V-Bird or Necroleak?
Look, Necroleak, like I have a lot of ways to call him, so I'll swap it around. But yeah, I think Gyrocopter is a very good pickup. He's good at all stages of the game. Offensive tri-lane, done. Solo mid, done. Support, done. Like, this hero could do everything. He has it all.
Yeah, looks like Rising Stars will ban out a couple of supports though. Leshrac combos pretty well with Rubik, can set up those stuns pretty well. And again, the push.
You gotta ban out Nyx Assassin here, right? Even though he's not a hero that could push or counter push very effectively, I just think that solo mid Nyx Assassin matches up pretty decently
owns
against
Queen of Pain, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, generally you say, all right, Queen of Pain, very mobile solo mid. You grab a rune and just start ganking all over the place. What are you gonna do if you're constantly being mono burn? Can you even get a gank? Unless you find that regen.
Yeah, that is just the power of Nyx Assassin. And
so
I mean, I personally don't like him in support role too much. If you aren't getting kills, if you don't get off to a good lead, it's not that great. And Nyx Assassin, he just forces your supports to play like very defensive bi-century wars all the time. It's like kind of a Wisp, not as good as a Wisp, but you always have to play different versus Nyx Assassin.
Yep, and for the same note, I mean, we also saw a solo mid Nyx Assassin. If it like the first 3 ganks doesn't go through, he's just like a walking hero, doesn't do anything. So
walking melee creep, as you like to put it.
Yeah, he redirects some damage. Something like in melee creep that sometimes give you a ravage. It's still a very good melee creep. But for the most part, like I could see the reason for him to not go solo mid. But I would be surprised if he's not picked up at all.
And there's Darkseer too. I think I would be surprised if Darkseer doesn't pick up at all.
There's a lot of great heroes.
Yeah, we see a lot of teams make use of the call down vacuum combo. Vacuum is just very, very powerful. Huge. Ridiculous spell.
Sand King's gonna get the ban out here by Rising Stars. Still no really true indication of what mith.trust and Rising Star wants to do. I guess mith.trust is going for the standard kind of mid-game victory route. Snowball with heroes like Gyrocopter, Juggernaut, and just go for
just very balanced lineups overall.
CK ban, so are they saying you can have the Wisp, but you're not gonna have the CK?
I mean, CK was not the problem last game, clearly, because there was no CK. So I'm actually surprised that they banned him out instead of Wisp.
The Wisp, there's not really good targets. Are you gonna bring in a?
I mean, they still have a triple lane combination though. They have Visage as part of triple lane, Queen of Pain solo mid, Lone Druid solo off. So they still do have Wisp plus X, whatever they can be. We've seen Wisp Tiny, Wisp Fen. I've seen Wisp Ursa. I love Ursa, by the way. You can tether them birds, dude.
Yeah, Wisp Ursa sounds legit here. I mean,
dude, that hero's legit.
You got the Zeus strat going on. Suddenly 3 bears on you.
Bear Force 1.
Yeah, there you go. What do you?
Have you seen that video?
I have
Bear
not.
Force 1.
I will. I probably
Maybe
we'll
Kawa
see
can put it up
We can
later.
Put it up later. Kawas are like
Bear Force One.
He's our like movie go.
Fairy Dragon has been banned out by Rising Star. So Puck, a hero that actually has not been seen at all, but matches up very well versus Queen of Pain, especially with the really lack of reliable stuns. I mean, sure you have the Gargoyle stuns, but Puck I think would be a very good pick here and just very smart ban by Rising Stars. So I'm curious to see what mith.trust will ban out last. And again, the CK ban just is baffling to me. You're scared of the CK, but not the Wisp. Wisp, I mean, he wasn't like the main reason they lost last game, but he was definitely a big contributor. Okay, there is a Wisp. Wow, they banned both of them.
Yeah,
that's some hate.
I don't know.
That is some hate.
Like, see, you don't need to ban a CK, right? I feel like CK.
That's somewhat wasted ban. I mean, I think they just panicked. They're like, oh my god, Wisp. What do we do versus that hero? Just ban everything related to Wisp.
I guess CK is a decent hero against Shadowcopter because BKB or not, he will find you and right click you, and that's somewhat annoying to deal with. But
I mean, yeah, those fly cannons just destroy.
Yeah,
Call down destroys the Phantasm though.
And now Rising Star will
yep,
pick up
as
the
you
next
predicted.
assassin. Yeah. So I thought mith.trust have to pick up themselves or they ban it, but now it's a little bit.
I favor Rising Stars line up a lot more right now, just because they have Nyx, Queen of Pain, Visit, and Loon Druid. All their lanes are pretty strong right now, and they have a flex pick in their last. They could go very aggressive with a like early mid carry,
like a Sven, something like that.
Yeah, or they can just choose to play passive if they want to. Although we've seen that passivity sometimes loses games, they can just go to farming route in the safe route, just because Queen of Pain and Lone Druid are just so strong with their matchups. They're almost guaranteed to win 2 of their 3 lanes.
So we're gonna see a Templar Assassin matchup. The Puck ban perhaps was trying to set up a really good lane for Queen of Pain. What is really left in the pool are things like, I guess, a Magnus who somewhat loses to Queen of Pain. Templar Assassin, it comes down to, you play this matchup a ton of times.
Right.
It comes down to skill of whether Queen of Pain is pulled, whether Templar Assassin is pulled. But we're gonna see Alchemist, and straight up on the Alchemist pick, you don't know whether they're gonna go offensive or not. Because they can't go. They can just go max reroll 3x7, or they can go stun as spray stun. It's hard to actually say if they're gonna go offensive or not. So I love it. Rising Star are keeping their lanes completely open. They're leaving themselves the option to play ultra aggressive, or if they want it, it's gonna be a defensive one. And how good is Acid Spray against Templar Assassin? It's just, I don't want to say a true counter, but it's just really good against TA.
Right, and I think that they might actually have troubles killing Juggernaut in try versus try, though. They don't really have anything. They don't have like a Wisp Feather to go away. They don't have a Disruption or anything like that. If they just straight up go on a hero, I think they will be able to almost straight up kill them. So I'm a little bit worried about the try versus try matchup, but it really just depends on the last pick, whether it's going to be a very aggressive a support hero pick or a more passive one. Rubik doesn't actually do any damage with telekinesis, so they might be lacking on damage for kill potential in the try-on-try, but we shall see what their last pick is very soon. Again, for those of you just joining us, mith.trust versus Rising Stars in this last game. Again, the series is 1 of 1. In this BO3 in the losers bracket of Group B of the TI3 Eastern Qualifiers hosted by Beyond the Summit.
And there's a Darkseer being last picked up. That's going to give you the good jungling lane, and that's kind of what Rising Star did last game, right? With XKD in the jungle coming out of the gank with a Iron Sterile and Surge on Juggernaut, which seemed pretty tricky, but it was kind of effective for the most part. Here's the thing for me. Vacuum's usually nice when you combo with other big AoE stuns. What is exactly the combo?
Call down, dude.
Vacuum call down. All right, man. I'm not sure.
Spin. Spin, baby, spin. If you have like a ninja telekinesis though, you can like vacuum them into. That's 2 next level coordination.
I actually love the lane here coming out from if it's gonna be a jungle Darkseer, because it's really hard to keep track of Darkseer when he's constantly missing, and it's always dangerous because suddenly if your Templar Assassin has an Iron Shell and gets surged on the mid lane, or if the Juggernaut has Iron Shell and Surge on the top lane, like you could just lose lane no matter what you have very quickly.
I don't think Rising Stars can aggressive triple in this. I think the threat of Darkseer coming out with them, like again, Iron Shell plus spin, that is just tons of damage, and really they don't have a solution for it. So I think they're kind of forced to in defensive triple lane in this situation. But again, not a bad choice. Alchemist is really strong in a safe lane if you can't shut him down. On the flip side, can mith.trust triple lane in the aggressive? I don't think so either. This might be a 3-1-1, 3-1-1, and we only see 4 heroes in one lane.
I mean, if you go offensive with Juggernaut, I think it's okay. Like, sure, you let them do the pull, but you just go in there and spin the pull.
Yeah.
Like you could steal some.
You got them
waves.
nukes though, dude.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Darkseer Trialing is not exactly where his strength is at, so maybe not. I'm expecting a
I mean, we've seen
defensive-
some aggressive Darkseers though, and they just like go in the opponent's jungle, just steal their pool, or just get really lucky with satyrs and get a quick level 3 and own that lane. We could see that possibility too. And again, I like to see aggression, and if mith.trust choose to go aggressive triple lane and win with it, I think they'll win the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the game you go. Though Lekels is playing the Gyrocopter, which means he is going to be the safe lane farmer. Generally, SD plays the off laner, and I guess you could do kind of long lane Juggernaut. This is some sort of a Zenith special. Ice plays it just like that. R5 will be playing Rubik on the support. TNK, generally the support player. On the Darkseer, most likely will start out jungle defensively. Last but not least, Templar Assassin on being played by Abba. His first game today, not playing the Dragonite.
No DK, no win. We'll see if that is true. On the side of Rising Stars, we see Super on the Visage. Air on the most likely solo mid Queen of Pain. Xiao Tuji on Alchemist. I've seen him on Alchemist a lot in this TI3 Eastern qualifiers thus far. XDD on the next assassin, and Mofi on the Lone Druid. No mag for him this game.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen a lot of Alchemists. Has he been winning a ton? It feels like he always loses.
He was 1-1 with them, I
Okay.
believe, yesterday. He was like just owned last game, but that was a really long game, and then another game he just got completely demolished. So hit or miss with that hero.
Okay. It seems like mith.trust as well as Rising Star is going to be avoiding the trialing altogether. And to me, that comes down to how well Alchemist is going to be adjusting his build. You could put in a couple of early points into Grievel's Greed and take advantage of it. It also comes down to...
Oh, this is a support Juggernaut, dude. SC's playing it.
Wait, what?
It's a support Juggernaut. I was talking about it the other game, but they have 4 heroes up top. Looks like the AAA will be Lekels on the Gyrocopter, SD on the Juggernaut,
level 1
and
push?
R5. I mean, it could be, but again, SD is their support player. We see him usually play hard support, and this game it is Juggernaut, although a little bit atypical. Look at his starting item suit. I mean, he's not going to be the one Superman Juggernaut, Superman Juggernaut that we saw last game.
Gyrocopter has a ring of protection. Like, this could be just a straight Basil upright into a push. Like, this is...
I mean, getting that T1 tower is not that big a deal, though. It just opens up the lane a little bit more for Lone Druid, and Lone Druid is one of the best like catch-up farm heroes in the game, and he just farms ridiculously fast. He also got pulled a little bit.
Ooh, are they going to go for a bear kill with the spin?
Poor bear.
They're not going to get the... I'm just so confused with a Juggernaut support. Sure, you could get some random kills here and there. They're leading
What would you
stun.
prefer, an aggressive triple lane with Gyro safe lane farm?
Yeah, I think so. I think he gets...
that would be better, too.
I think he has a favorable matchup.
It's risky, though. We generally don't see Eastern teams play that risky of strategy. If they lose that triple lane, they'll like lose the game. So.
They play Night Stalker. I mean, that's kind of a one-dimensional, big risky strat. But now the Bear's going to play ultra defensive. He's going to scout things out with the Spear. The mid lane's going to be somewhat of a kind of a wash. It comes down to skill level. We're not going to spend too much time walking to it and looking at it. We're going to be looking at other lanes. I didn't actually like, real fast going into Abba, I didn't like to actually show your skill point like that, dropping your refraction. Because if you dodge a couple of Shadow Strike with your level 1 Mail Strike, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, but you really need to get that bottle, though. If you don't have bottle, you won't.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, his base damage is just okay, and not having that range really early really hurts him. But regardless, looks like we see some shenanigans with this Panda Bear.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually 4 people on the top lane right now for mith.trust.
Oh, he tried to block the spawn, but he didn't get it. How unfortunate.
Well, and the TNK says thank you for the free.
Yep, but we see 4 people up in the jungle for mith.trust, and looks like there will be a free farming Alchemist. I do not think you want to give Xiao Tuji free farm like this. And I mean, their supports just get free reign. I really liked the early game from Rising Stars here. I thought that mith.trust could have contested, but again, they'd have to do an aggressive Rubik and Juggernaut triple lane, which might get demolished, but with a Darkseer that would help them, I think it's probably their best chance. Alchemist is one of the very few heroes in the game that is just like absolutely ridiculous with free farm. I mean, anti-mage is decent, but Grievel's Greed is just huge.
Yeah, it really is.
That gold cap.
Especially if you get a straight level 1 and then you take it up at 3. Generally, you don't see Grievel.
Yeah, you can get like a 4-minute minus.
Yeah, you generally don't see it skilled until like level 4 or 5. Now he's taking it early. One thing I do want to point out is that if you look at Darkseer's last hit, he's got nothing. Like, he's actually been focusing a lot on pulling instead, which is nice. It's going to give you decent levels, but he's sharing levels with the Rubik. He's not getting any last hit. This is one of the true support Darkseer. He's going to go for a quick soul ring. That's nice and all, but we're not going to see a quick 9-minute mech or anything like that. So they're sharing the jungle. That's nice. That's cute.
4-man jungle.
Yeah, but I don't know about this. Like, so far it's not seemingly effective. Gyrocopter does have the most CS in the game, though.
Yeah, I
one
mean,
thing
that's
they-
looking good. Boris, Spirit Bear, 0-0 right now, and actually no experience. I have actually not been watching the creep shenanigans. I thought he was going to pull into his tower, but it looks like it did get redirected a little bit, and SD being able to pull this, and they're just getting free reign in the jungle. It's looking, I mean, it's looking pretty even for both teams, I guess.
Yeah, the supports on the raiding side, they've been kind of tunneling through back and forth. Looks like there was a gank attempt on the middle lane against Abba. Abba surviving that one.
Oh, this Sentry War too. That just makes the lineup pretty big in favor of the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, Queen of Pain is gonna in need of a Bottle Crow, but you can see that she actually started out with a no talisman, so she was pulled quite heavily in that exchange as well. Bot lane, Xiao 2G picks up a quick Quelling Blade and then now a Stout Shield, so he is getting ready here to bunker down and sit here all day until he finds a reason to.
Were they not listening to us? We said aggressiveness wins games, but it looks like both teams off to a very
I think they were listening to that 80-minute Dream Gate, which we might actually get it here. Like, this is a very slow start from both games, but I gotta imagine that mith.trust is gonna put on the aggression very soon. Healing Ward's up, level 2 Juggernaut spin is available. I think this is where you say, all right, we run past the tower, we zone out the
what is Gyrocopter going for? He has 1,200 gold right now. I mean,
Midas?
Midas?
This is like Kals we're looking at here.
Lincoln
Please. God, no,
12-minute
no
Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah,
Let's see it. But, I mean, he could seriously just pick up a Ring of Basilius right now and they could push out the lane. But looks like they don't want to give anything to Mofi, but I'm curious to see what he is going to do. He really does need to be able to compete with Alchemist in terms of farm. So I think Helmet Dominator stacking Ancients would not be very bad at all. I think Midas wouldn't even be that bad at all, just considering how many last hits he has as early in the game. But, I mean, being able to keep up with Xiao 2G is going to be very, very important for Gyrocopter this game.
I think looks like the support from mith.trust might be trying to set up a gank. There's a boots picked up here on SD on a courier, I believe. And smoke is coming through as well. I really don't think they even should waste their time making
Wow,
these
he's
ganks.
level 4.
Yeah, he is doing a lot of stacking. He's doing a ton of pulling.
No mud golems, man. They're so lucky.
Yeah.
So lucky.
Actually, Mud Golem would have just destroyed the strat, like hardcore, because Darkseid will be sitting there like twirling his thumbs. Juggernaut's like, what did I do here? But I guess things are going okay.
Yeah, things are going very okay indeed. And Abba, I mean, I'm actually surprised that Air has not had a bigger hand in this matchup. They're actually very close in terms of levels
CS.
and CS. I think the Queen of Pain, especially with sentries like this, pulled, is just hugely in favor of Queen of Pain. But oftentimes you do need to get 2 levels with Shadow Strike to really just own that refraction.
Here comes the level 1 smoke gang. And it looks like, I think Mofi's basically dead.
Mofi.
All they have to zone is easily zone him out of lane. And Mofi's gonna get completely backstabbed. They just need to get sight here. Very nice block lift, and that's gonna give him sight. Tree's gonna get destroyed. Calldown's gonna be used. A level 1 calldown. Kels gets first blood. That's a phase boot. I like it. Midas is fine. It's actually a decent early game item choice.
We see smoking mid. Watch for a kill.
Do they get a kill though? She very survivable. Blink 4, impale into Shadow Strike, and Mana Burn. Everything being dropped, but that's what refraction does. It blocks a ton.
The mana.
And here comes the Shadow Strike. They're two diving pretty big time. Scream missed. I think he's gonna survive. I think another chase here. Abba is gonna die to a soul assumption. Maybe he's gonna get a suicide off to the neutrals. Oh, close. But that was a long chase. As a result, here comes Lacal. Has waited with TP in. Got 1 kill. Still looking for a second. The phase boot doing a ton of work so far. Blink away from air. The Rocket Barrage hitting XDD. That's fine. You got yourself a tier 1
They got
tower.
a lot out of it.
Yeah, you got yourself a tier 1 tower.
And a rune on top.
And a rune. You got yourself a kill. You defended mid.
First blood on Mofi too. That's really big. Lone Druid we usually see just absolutely crush if you give him a good start, and Mofi not having that good start that he needs. Only level 3, and poor Bear only 2 last hits. Bottom, absolute bottom of the last hit charts.
Well, the last saving grace for Xiao 2G.
Ooh, Alchemist actually looks like he's going for Battle Fury.
I mean, this is as greedy of a build as you possibly can. I'm surprised he didn't throw a Midas in the middle of this, but he just maxed Greevil's greed, my good man. And now is trying to break that ZSMJ record. We'll see whether he's going to have the ability to do so or have the room to do so. Because you imagine that mith.trust is going to continue on with aggression.
Yep.
Here's a big issue that you were talking about. Once you push down this tower, the aggression now, for whatever reason, stops. Because it's very easy for the mid lane to rotate in, and it's a long retreat path. For that Queen of Pain to chase on your heroes, very dangerous. And as a result, Mofi hitting level 4, getting a ton of last hits now. And they gave away a little bit of unnecessary free farm to Mofi, in my opinion.
I like that they're doing the ancient stacking though. SD, as the support has been stacking his ancient. Lakel's missed the double stack on top, but not a big deal. He's still looking pretty nicely. 1900 gold. He could easily pick up a HOD if he decides to do so. I think what he picks up right now will just really dictate the base. If he goes drums, I think they can play aggressively, try and shut down Alchemist farm. But if he goes HOD, it'll most likely just be farm wars. Really up to him.
And then mith.trust supports on the mid lane right now. A ton of traps. I don't think they really will kill air. It depends on whether she blinks before the traps are used. Shadow Strike. Nice dodge here.
Yeah, nice counter sentry wards, 5 mith.trust and R5, R5. That early tower gold really helps your supports out. Again, for Gyrocopter, he is really fun. Oh, actually, he's going for Shadow Blade. So again, I like this Shadow Blade pickup. Again, we really need to see some aggression out of Lakel's. I think that Alchemist is much weaker early game than Gyrocopter, and they can abuse this fact. You don't really want to trade off in farm if you have a slight advantage in early game. I mean, they do have the advantage. They're up in kills, they're up in farm, they have that tower down, they got first blood. A lot of things are going in the way of mith.trust right now, and they wow, courier kill.
What is going on? I did not see a courier kill.
Gyrocopter was on the side shop on top. You look at this poor Froggy.
Why?
I have no idea why it was there though. It was just really strange.
That Froggy is doing some like aerial exercise now, but yeah, why the hell was there? Was Bear trying to buy something from the side shop? Air, by the way, is going to take a little bit of iron shot. She blinks forward. Are they going to make that chase surge? Here comes XDD. Uh-oh, Air is going to get picked up. Nice kind of backstab rotation. Couple more right clicks. Call down coming through, and Maelstrom, bam! Lakel is going on a killing spree. Got all the kill on his team. All 5 mith.trust member on the mid lane. They're going to get a tier 1 mid, and that's literally going to open up the entire map for these kind of ganks.
This is very important for mith.trust. I like how they're not just stacking a bunch of cams, getting Gyrocopter huge. I don't think that's how you win it this time. All you need to do, they already took down top tower. They got first blood top. Okay, nothing else to do there. Let's rotate mid. Let's not stack our jungle. And I really think they need to knock down this T1 on bottom, control Rising Stars farm, shut down Xiaotuji, and just control the game from there.
I almost think that Xiaotuji, now on hindsight, realizing that he doesn't have room, maybe he should have gone for something like Shadow Blade. It's an item that allows you to play defensive if you need to be, allow you to go on the offense if you see a roaming support out of nowhere. Now we're seeing in a very similar situation where last game, or the first game, where if he had, for example, a Battle Fury finish, that's nice, that's cute. You gotta farm a little bit more creep, but do you have the room to farm? And I just don't think mith.trust is gonna give him the free opening.
Yep. I mean, Xiaotuji's really close to the Battle Fury, though. If they do decide to play the farm wars, he's just going to farm like an absolute beast. Be like 6 slotted in 35 minutes.
Yeah, I just don't think that mith.trust.
Ooh, Arcane Boost on Juggernaut. Yep, true support Juggernaut right here.
Yeah, he's only level 5 as well. I like to, look at this. He's not leveling up his Blade Fury. He's just going straight up healing ward. That's as supportive as you possibly can get. I do like my Juggernaut a little bit more damage oriented, but maybe as a supportive build, you know that you're not going to get that many levels later on, and perhaps it's more important to make sure that you have max healing ward ASAP.
Looks like Templar Assassin is actually going for a Yasha first with that Blade of Alacrity. I personally would prefer a Drums. Again, I really think they need to get the items set up for a very nice mid-game. 15 to 25 minutes is going to be a crucial time for mith.trust. They have the early lead right now, but will they be able to sustain it? As we've seen before, if team gets to that 5,000 gold mark, it just really never goes back in the other team's favor. And being able to establish that early game dominance is going to be very crucial in this deciding BO3.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that mith.trust has basically stopped with the regression. You talked about that they were able to get top quick, they rotated mid, got a couple kills, got a tier 1 tower.
Shadow Blade's up.
Shadow Blade is up now on the Gyrocopter. I was fully expecting full rotation to the bot lane and take that tower as well and further limit the...
I know, giving him his battle. I mean, they have a small timing window where they can just completely shut out the Alchemist. They have the T1 tower. They have a huge boost in gold. Battle Fury way more expensive. Ooh, looks like TNK.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get picked off very easily. And Nyx Assassin level 6 making that first gank. Oh,
wow. No. They don't have enough.
They just don't have enough. The Magic Wand doing a ton of work, and now the trap's gonna come in, and Face Boot is gonna allow them to get the chase on Xiaotuji. Xiaotuji's ultimate is gonna give him a ton of heal, but it's also running sort of low. Here comes R5 in the jungle as well. He doesn't have his Arcane Boost, so it's just looking slow. But yeah, that's the rotation that I was waiting for. They're going to get a tier 1 on top of this.
This is so important for mith.trust.
I mean, there's a Visage up on the Rising Star side, right? Is this hero even on the team? It feels like he has had no
I haven't
impact.
seen him at all.
Yeah, he has zero
I mean,
impact.
they're doing pretty well for levels, though. We just saw Nexus hasn't used his Vendetta, and Super's very close to getting his Gargoyle. So I guess that's one thing that's going very well for Rising Star, along with Xiao Tuji's farm.
Yeah, confrontation from Darkstone on the mid lane. The Shadow Blade's gonna be right there. It's an easy kill on Super if that's what they want. Trap's gonna be in. Trapped! Yeah, there's a trap. It was a little bit slow on that. Mofa's gonna get focused. Vacuum backwards. The Bear trying to maul his way there, but tossing towards Lakel. Lakel's is gonna pick up yet another kill. Oh no, it looks like it was Darkster that cleaned that one up. But Tier 1 easily defended. Tier 1 destroyed on the bot lane. Go chart check.
Look at this farm, Xiaotuji, though. Taking out a double stack with Max Goblin's Greed right now with that 30 gold cap. He is going to be a farming machine. Just edging out Gyrocopter and last hits right now. Oh, nope. Gyrocopter's regained it. Again, both of them sitting around 90 last hits, just 12 minutes in. That's phenomenal farm.
But here's a crazy thing, though. Like, right now, 3 towers up on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter has 3 kills. Xiaotuji's down behind by 400 gold.
Yeah, this is scary.
Like, how's that math even work out? That's the scary thing, and that's with Gyrocopter having one of the best start possible. First blood into killing spree into 3 tower kills for the team.
Right.
I mean, if you just don't send a gank party onto this game could turn around very quickly.
Yep, Temple Assassin has picked up the Yasha Tsu. Abba is also doing well on the side of mith.trust.
Yeah, so I mean, if this is going to go down to a farm game, they have to recognize that you will lose this farm game in the long eventual race. Londra is going to pick up like an armlet, and he's going to be done for the team. Speaking of armlet, he's about halfway there. And he's, again, finding that room to farm. Having that def in the early mid-game, that's fine. Him dying is completely fine. As long as Xiaotuji is not dying, they'll take that trade any day. He's got that treads. He got another 1,000 on the bank. Your thoughts on what item he's going to get? We've seen things like Medallion Courage. We've seen in the past like Assault Courage. We've seen things like a Heart. I feel like because he's going for such a farming-oriented build, you go for bigger items. You don't go for like the utility medallions.
He might have the problem where he actually has too much gold 35 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's going to go for Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade's a good pickup.
I mean, it's a small piece item though, right? I mean,
yeah, small time.
Small time item.
AC would be good too. It works very, very well against a lot of the physical damage from mith.trust. They have Omni Slash, they have TA with Meld, they have Flat Cannon from Gyrocopter. Just huge amounts of physical damage output, and I think going a little bit of tanky items later will be nice. Gyrocopter has picked up a Helmet of Dominator. They are smoking bottom. They want to shut down Xiaotuji's farm. Are they going to do it?
Yeah, they're going to find him right now. Lift and toss back into Omni Slash, but there's a ton of waves, and it looks like he's going to run south. Where's the ultimate? Trust the Sun ultimate. It's going to TP out. Will he make it? He will. What a TP out. And you just got to question SD's Omni Slash here. I got the first hit in. That was nice.
Right. I mean, they were about to clear all the creeps, so with a Flat Cannon, I think if he waited a little bit, it would have been. Or he
waited to cancel the TP.
Either or.
Yeah, so
regardless, missed opportunity for Myth. That was a lot. I mean, Gyrocopter had to rotate for that. They used the smoke. They used a couple ultimates. So really big play by Xiaotuji right there.
Yeah, surviving that gank was absolutely huge, and he's gonna be farming.
Oh, is he gonna block the double spawn, the triple spawn? They're trying to spawn this. Oh, looks like wow. SD blocked the spawn for Lakel's. Lakel's can't be happy about that one. Smoke from the Sentinel on top lane.
And guess what? Now they're going to be going up top to get a kill on the Dark Surge. I don't think they will find one. No, XCD comes out of nowhere. That's a free kill.
They came from behind.
Yeah, they did. And he was just about to pick up his headdress, about 900 gold away. And now, without even Xiaotuji even need to participate, I think they might break themselves a tier 1.
Yeah, I like these traps up from Abba right now. If you look at it, there's one on the Ancient right now, one outside of the T2 on mid lane, and one on the big cam. And again, they can set up ganks very easily on the Alchemist, and I'll be looking for those shortly.
Yeah, unfortunately, so far those traps are not really working out. Like Kels is going to be backstabbing on the top lane. Mulfi is going to TP out. Nothing to cancel anything. XDD, they will find him. But really, what does a Nexus assassin do?
That was definitely a good trade for them. Sure, you lose one hero, but they got a T tower, and their important heroes escaped.
Yep. Speaking of important heroes, Xiaotuji checking out his farm.
He is huge, dude.
He is absolutely huge at this point. There's an Ultimate on the ground. Is it going to be going for air? Yeah, if you look at the Rising Star teams, like, you know what? We want some aggressive game earlier. We're going to just go on full-on late game. This is a Scythe rush. I won't even call it rush, because, like, it's not like he's just snowballing out of control. It's 1-1-1. In fact, that's a very slow Scythe. But, Xiaotuji's going to be in trouble. We talked about Trap putting in a little bit of work earlier. Xiaotuji, though, he is just so tanky despite not getting any armor item. I mean, Unstable Concoction, it's just really legit. And there you go. It's going to be a Shadow Blade finish here. for Xiao2G.
Oh, dropping acid spray. Getting deck farm on.
Well,
I think mith.trust can take out Roshan right now. They have the map control. They took on all 3 T1 towers right now. They're in a perfect position to do it, especially with a good hero like TA. It looks like they will go for it. And again, they really need this to compete with the Alchemist farm. There's net worth right now, 9,600 for Alchemist. Gyrocopter very shortly behind with 9,000. TA and Queen of Pain very close, 3rd and 4th with around 5,800 gold each.
Ooh, money brags. 2 birds fed to Gyrocopter. A little bit of very, very poor micro.
They have a visit?
And the birds are coming in again. Purity time? No, it was initiation for Xiao2G. Vacuum comer. Here comes the Queen of Pain. They're going to focus on R5, R5. That's 1 kill. Sonic Wave was dropped as well. SC's going to get entangled. What a play. What a skill shot. They're going to get himself a kill. And it looks like the entire team is on full retreat. A buyback coming out from SD. These are some questionable play here.
Yeah, I mean, are they really going to fight 45 right now?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, they do have the Aegis advantage, though. I mean, that is one saving grace for them. But this T1 tower is just going to go down. No cliff on the side of mith.trust. They're forced to give it up. So looks like teams are almost even towers. This bottom tower should fall very shortly too. 156 HP on that.
Mofi teleports back up top lane. Not going to miss any value. Again, just to put things in perspective, that was an Aegis kill. There was 3 or 4 kills, first blood included on Lakel's, a stack Ancients, and a ton of other like free lane farm for Lakel's. He's down in net worth. You just can't free farm against Alchemist. He will have you beat. Now up to another 2,000 gold. Like, it's like every time you look at him again,
he's
you
so
look away.
rich.
What was that Axe commercial?
Which one?
Look at him and look back at me.
I don't watch TV that often.
Oh my god.
You'll have to look that up later. But yeah, Xiao2G just farming beats right now.
Old Spice commercial. Thank you, Perch. We're like, look at me, now look back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and that's exactly what I'm doing at
Old
Xiao2G. And his money is just going off the charts.
They feel the pressure on now. mith.trust has decided to 5-man smoking. They're rotating down bottom. No sentry wards for Rising Stars. The target is Xiao2G. They ping on it.
Oh, he doesn't have. Oh, he's cutting through. Oh my god, he's trying to pop. Oh, he's gonna be on the run. The trap's gonna be there. I think they will finally pick off Xiao2G, and they. Oh my god, SD says, all right. My bad for the last time. I will get him this time.
But first death, and he managed to buy a mithril hammer already. Looks like he is going for a BKB.
Yeah,
I mean, they have a lot of physical damage though. I mean, it's not going to block meld. It's not going to block Omni Slash. It's not going to block flak.
It's going to block the lift call down. Well, actually, it doesn't block the call down slow either, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that an AC would be much better here. Meld Strike owns Alchemist when he doesn't have any armor. -8 right now on a 3 armor base 0 is just huge. I think he could pick up a casual plate mail.
Maybe he's really worried about the TA traps. I'm not sure if that's enough justification.
I mean, vacuum wall, but I mean, Alchemist is one of the heroes that can just straight up tank. You have so much HP from his ultimate that getting 1 armor item just boosts his EHP, effective HP tremendously. It looks like Rising Star's trying to counter that gank with a T2 push on top.
Yeah, and it looks like the bear is doing a ton of work, but the second teleportation comes in from Lakel's will force everybody back up. And of course, Xiao2G will be farming away on the bot lane. I mean, it's still a nice item. BKB is always nice. You can't agree with it. It's just the fact that even though there's certain spells that go through it, even though there's physical damage, it just makes you so kind of intimidating that it really most of the time forces everybody back. I mean,
I'm surprised that neither team has the drums right now. That item is just so good and it's almost always picked up in the Western scene. I think that TA could have picked it up right now, but again, they're losing out a little bit on this mid game. Again, this is a very passive game thus far. Only 10 kills all in all in a 20-minute game. 4 kills for Rising Stars, 6 kills for mith.trust. And mith.trust got off to a very commanding lead, taking down three towers down, getting first blood and a couple kills around the map. But now they're falling a little bit behind. The gold difference is only 1,500. And keep in mind that they're ahead in towers and they took out Roshan. So things are looking a little bit scary. Gyrocopter is falling behind in terms of net worth. 2,000 behind Xiao2G right now.
Yeah, basically, if this gold graph dipping down towards the Dire side, it happened because the Dire team was getting ganks off, they're getting tower kills, and
they are being efficient though.
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of being efficient because Xiao2G is not being ganked aside from that one time. Looks like they're gonna backdoor this tower. Yeah, Xiao2G is gonna ult. Drop a mini stun here on TNK, make sure that he gets the last hit. They're being sort of efficient, but at the same time, they're losing the farm war because they gotta gank off Xiao2G. So, if mith.trust wants to win this game, they have to keep doing that. They cannot trade farm. And so far, they're not. They're just like, oh yeah, let's R5, Rice mid.
I mean, they have the small timing window right now. They're going to get a couple big items soon on the side of Rising Stars. They have a BKB coming up soon, and they have a most likely Scythe of Vice from the Queen of Pain. Once they get those 2 items, I think Rising Stars can definitely take a 5-on-5 against mith.trust, even though they were a little bit behind in the early and mid stages of the game. And they could strike now and take control of the jungle, set up traps all around, but there's no traps in the enemy jungle right now. Where are they, Abba?
Yeah, I'm not sure Abba sees himself a
He
top
has a
lane.
gem, though.
Yeah, well, gem is nice. Yeah, definitely. That is a very, very big item pickup. They're going to try to look for a Mofi kill, not transition into tier 2. Rising Star says, sure, yeah, I'll trade you tier 2. So I'm going for the late game here. Any trade is absolutely okay here with me.
They can push. They can push pretty fast, though. They do have the bear.
When the bear wasn't there with them, bear was actually on defending beauty up top. So,
why is he not there?
Yeah, he was rising up top. You know, he is on Rising Stars. Although there's a double damage on Queen of Pain, they will get actually a trade, and they should be able to defend this. It gets a little bit scary though. mith.trust is up on the high ground here, and you don't have Glyph. Where the hell's everybody? There is Xiao2G dropping Glyph. Tier 2 might actually even go down here. Bear running forward. Blink Scream. Bear gets tossed back a little bit, and there is going to be a little bit of pause.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that Rising Stars wasn't prepared for that. Look at their T3 right now. It's
Yeah.
at half HP. They didn't get anything out of that either.
Well, they got a tier 2.
I mean, they got a tier 2, but they lost a tier 2 in the process too. So again, the trade heavily in favor of mith.trust right now. They want to make use of the ages. It looks like there's only about 35 seconds left on that, and I mean, mith.trust, this is just a very risky move pushing up the T3 right now. Again, they do have a small timing window to fight Rising Stars before they get their sheep. Looks like Queen of Pain sitting on 3,700 gold after the ultimate orb, but we do know how much they love their Lincoln Sphere.
God, I hope it's not a Lincoln.
And Alchemist has his BKB completed. Wow. I mean, just look at him. 2,700 gold right now. He already picked up BKB.
BKB and buyback. That's a pick.
Like, it was just 2,000 gold lead. Now it's 3,500 for him over the gyrocopter. Like, where is he just finding all this gold? I mean is Grievel's Greed that overpowered?
I think we actually need a value for a Grievel's Greed. Like, when we look at net worth or whatever, or maybe we could type a command dash value for
I mean, we can take a look at the I mean, he did get a lot of towers though, but last hits he's just 15 ahead of the gyrocopter right now. But again, this net worth graph is just ridiculous.
Completely skewed.
I mean, he hasn't even died yet.
Yeah, well, no, he died once.
No, I mean, Lakel's hasn't died yet.
Oh yeah,
Lakel's is 302. Xiao2G died once, so that should easily compensate for the 15 creep score deficit. But and they got Roshan too. They just have a lot more just more towers, a lot of things. But wow, Alchemist.
What a hero.
What a hero. Well, it looks like he has about to stun himself though. Losing out on that gold per minute. What are you doing?
No, it's okay. He's giving it to the Lone Drift, which by the way has picked up a Vlad's. I absolutely love this item choice.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
He's not expected to do the deeps. That's going to be allowing the Queen of Pain as well as Alchemist smoke behind.
I guess he doesn't really. He might not need a Sulky as though if they have this early Vlads.
Yeah, I mean it's really good against Maelstrike. You talk about the interaction between Maelstrike and Alchemist. The lifesteal is going to be very favorable interaction for Xiao2G as well. And in fact, I think they could just straight up push up top. 3k go on Alchemist, and they're going to be shadow blading up. They will see themselves. Exceed Blink Scythe up against air. Yeah, just nukes. Impales fall through. Soul Assumption. I think Super was reminding us, hey guys, I'm still here. I'm in the game.
Yeah, again,
I got a kill.
Juggernaut not a huge priority kill. They really wanted the gyrocopter when he does not have his Aegis right now. Again, Aegis just expired. Roshan, 3.5 minutes until respawn. Rising Stars putting pressure on 1T2. They have the core items right now. They have the Scythe up on the Queen of Pain. They have BKB. They have Vladimir's offering on the Lone Druid. Looks like they want to make this push.
Yeah, and let's see if they can get it. Lakel's coming in backline. They gotta have detection, right? Wall was used, vacuum was used as well. Here comes Lakel's popping out the invisibility, and that's gonna force maybe to go back here. Air, come on. Oh, come on.
Abba, oh, the chicken. Yep, Abba not even there though. They really need Abba there. Again, he has his BKB completed too. The gem wielder.
Gem wielder indeed. I mean, sure, Rising Star didn't get that push off on the top lane. They're okay. They're like, yeah, I don't get a tower. I'm going to go back and farming. You say Xiao2G's going to find himself a big stack, as well as basically every jungle camp in his own jungle. With the Battle Fairy and, of course, Acid Spray, he is going to mow it through very quickly. There is a BKB on Templar Assassin, but, like, I don't think they care.
What's it going to do? Templar Assassin, I think she's just going to melt. Yeah. She doesn't really have any physical mitigation. She has, like, almost no HP, too. She went Phase Boost, no HP. Yasha, no HP. Gem, and I mean, no Bracer, no drums, no anything like that, no treads. She is just going to melt to this Alchemist.
I think it depends on how quickly she's going to pick out the support. That's what the BKB basically allows her to do. Let's say if you 2 shots of support and rotate you off to the second one, That's gonna be.
I mean,
big
but
game.
which ones are you going to kill? Visage has so much armor right now from, actually not that much armor, but he has Gravekeeper's Cloak. Queen of Pain has Blink and a Scythe and a Gem herself. Alchemist has that little bit of armor. She's not going to be the primary target, I think. And Nyx Assassin, I mean, he has Spike Carapace Vendetta.
Yeah, I think your Nyx Assassin is probably the most easy kill one, and you take away Impale, which is nice, but it's just not anything game winning, and that's the big thing for me. You're putting so much farm on a Templar Assassin that kills supports. I just don't think that's a winning proposition. Alchemist is back in this fight. They're gonna try to fight over this tier 2. I don't think they even need to. They could even give it up for free if that's what they want.
I think they really don't want to give this up though, because if they take this down, it just means Roshan is really out for mith.trust. And now that Rising Stars is starting to get a foothold in this game, it looks like they want to contest Roshan. Looking at the graphs right now, again, none of them approaching that really crucial 5,000 to 6,000 gold mark that we talked about earlier. This is still anybody's game. Very passive game so far. Very close game. 5 to 6 in terms of kills. Only 3,000 gold, but is actually finally tipped in favor of Rising Stars. Experience graph slightly in favor of Rising Stars as well.
I don't know, man. Alchemist just fully picked up an assault carries by himself. No buyback necessary.
He is scary, dude.
I think that if they go pit now, what do you do?
Go where?
If Rising Star go into the Roshan pit.
I mean, I think...
or just go at your mid-tier 2.
I mean, you still have to worry about Gyrocopter, though. He still can pick up a... I mean, he was looking like he's going to go for a Butterfly. If he gets a Rapier, I mean... Even an Alchemist will have troubles versus that. But he doesn't have BKB, though. That's actually really... Oh, actually, he does have BKB.
He has BKB and lifesteal, so he could go back into maybe a Butterfly Satanic and then Rapier if you want to really go for full late game extension.
I mean, I think Alchemist can just lock him down, though. If he gets an Abyssal Blade after this, what is Gyrocopter going to do?
MKB, it's just like... It feels like Alchemist is going to farm those items quicker as well. Like, before you finish your set, he's going to finish his set, and it's going to be just a lot more effective in team fights.
I mean, and had the Lone Druid, too. You can't forget about him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you sort of can, because right now he's mostly as a semi-carry, supportive
that
utility.
Root owns.
That Root is somewhat of annoying, and I think Alchemist and the rest of the team notice that they're...
This is a really crucial time, though. Like, right before Roshan, any team that loses this fight is just going to be further snowball away.
Quick buyback check. Alchemist has it, Gyrocopter has it, and the Bear as well as Nyx Assassin has it as well, so they're kind of ready. And again, where the hell's your traps?
He didn't have buyback before, but Alchemist already at 1,600 gold after picking up that Cuirass.
Templar Assassin laying a trap in the Roshan, making sure that it's not going to get snuck in by Alchemist.
Again, these C2 towers are very important for controlling Roshan. Without that down, it means that buybacks are not as useful, and again, if you can push up to lane 2 or T3, you can just sneak into Roshan really quickly, especially with these very high damage output heroes from Templar Assassin and Alchemist. Both have minus armor, which is excellent for Roshan.
These Visage Bursts are kind of getting themselves some extra scouting.
Yeah, both teams really just want to control this Roshan right now.
They need to have vision, all day. And again, Alchemist sees a big stack on the creeps on the bot lane. He's going to push it out easily. That's going to give him a small window opportunity. Birds, again, scouting things out. Oh, 100 gold down the drain.
Yep, looks like Queen of Pain is actually going for armor too. She has a plate mail. Again, most of mith.trust damage right now is physical, and any sort of physical mitigation or even a Ghost Scepter, I think would just be a great item pickup for Rising Stars. They really need it on their supports right now. Let's check the supports. Nyx and Visage do not have the luxury support items.
Yeah, I'm actually won't be completely against something like a Ghost Scepter either from the Queen of Pain.
Ghost Scepter would be huge.
And going to Ethereal Blade, because if you shut down the Gyrocopter after he flat cannon.
They need to be able to kite during the BKB. That's very important. Being able to kite those BKBs and really not giving them the lead. I mean, BKB is still 10 seconds on Gyrocopter, and I think 10 seconds on the Templar Assassin as well. So being able to dodge them and have minimal damage from the first 10-second BKB is going to be huge. Looks like they are already starting at Roshan.
No, they want to just pick off a couple of Visage Bursts, deny the sight advantage that Blue is getting for the team. This is going to be one of those, again,
they
farming
smoked up.
Team. I mean, this is an awkward angle. You can't just go in the mid lane. It just doesn't work. I think you got to do some sick wraparound gank. Go into Ancients, maybe go across the tier 2, but the tier 2 is still up. You talked about how it's going to be so big in terms of teleport support. It really makes these smoking.
Ooh, they're wrapping around though.
They are. The trap on the high ground won't scout things out either. If you walk across here to the left, I don't think he's going to get scout. Or it's going to get dropped down here, and this is going to be one patch of trees. They know exactly where they're going to focus on TNK. TNK is going to eat Impel to the face. You got to burst him down. He is going to go down. Yes, Call down's gonna hit a couple people, and right now you can see Lakel's is losing out the man fight. Omni Slash gonna be used. Looks like Queen of Pain's gonna go down. She drops a gem, but there's gonna be root against Lakel. He gets picked off. Where's the buyback? It comes back immediately, but that's another item that he won't be picking up. A big tree, I think. You lost a gem, you lost a quap, but you retain
root
everything
on
else.
Abba too.
I think they're gonna be on retreat, so that root, pretty good defensive measure.
I mean, yeah, Rising Stars, the goal difference is really starting to kick in. 5,000 in favor of Rising Stars right now. That was a really crucial fight. But mith.trust looks like they're already starting on Roshan.
Yeah, they're like, I have a carrier back, and Queen of Pain doesn't have buyback, so.
And no BKB up on Alk.
Yeah, this is actually a very smart time to take that Roshan fight. What will the Radiant team do against this? I mean, there is no BKB up on Lakel's as well, so you're pretty even, and exactly. Xiao Tuji's going right in. BKB, nice dodge on Abba, forcing out BKB. And you say, all right, we force out BKB. We just need to back off. No, R5, what are you doing? 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. R5 has a stun here. Xiao Tuji not going to make that chase.
Himself.
Is he going to suicide? He might actually end up doing so. And the Kels is actually, yeah, there is a suicide on Rubik. And now Xiao Tuji will back off. Guess what? Queen of Pain is back. So they could just re-engage very easily. They could wait out the wall as well. Here comes the Rocket. Rocket is going to get dodged. And the Bear is going to get earned up repeatedly.
Yep. Looks like BKB's almost up 10 seconds on Chemical Rage, though.
Uh-oh, looks like the bash is coming out from Roshan Lakel's. Popping the BKB, focusing on XDD. XDD's going to get himself picked up. Xiao Tuji, where's your ultimate form? He's going to get picked up, going to Invisible. Maybe he's going to pop it out. There is Gem on Abba, so they do see him. There's their Omni Slash. No Omni Slash. There's ultimate form. Gets trapped out here, but there's a trap slowing him down. Xiao Tuji have to fight this. He's going to try to TP out. Vacuum's going to cancel that TP, and Xiao Tuji gets picked off. Does he have buyback? I'm sure he does. Queen of Pain's on the run. He blinks out.
Why is he not buying back? I think this is just so important.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
this
just means a free Roshan for them if he doesn't buy it back. He doesn't have his ultimate in. He doesn't have his TV scroll or his BKB. But I think that they just can't give this up for free.
I mean, they definitely fought over it. They forced out a buyback or two from mith.trust, but I think it's well worth it because there's nobody. I guess Lakel's bought back once. So even if you buy back yourself, you're still at least on parity against the enemy carry. Yeah, I completely agree with you here. Why do you not give the buyback? Suddenly after this, Lakel's we have Butterfly, Aegis, and the game just is playing on a different axis at this point.
They devoted so much to that, though. I think a little bit jumping the gun by Rising Stars. All they had to do was wait for Alchemist ult. We just saw how quickly he got blown up without having Chemical Rage up.
Yeah, imagine if there's something like he didn't have AC or like if Vlad's aura, like he would just actually die in 2 hits.
Right.
But now suddenly mith.trust find themselves an opening, perhaps off of Rising Star mistake, and they're gonna get a tier 2 out of the exchange. It's very low in terms of HP, and that's a little nice bountiful pocket of gold going into terms of mith.trust. Look at this gold grab. It's just back and forth, and I'm not exactly too sure who has advantage at this point. In the grand scheme of things, it's always Xiao Tuji's gonna have the most farm, but if you're not best utilizing your farm, Air, by the way, gets picked up, Wolfling back in, Mofi backing back in as well, he should be fine. If you're not perfectly utilizing your gold, it's just a meaningless value.
It's just a waste, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he's on top of net worth right now, 5,000 net worth ahead of the Gyrocopter, but again, not really making too much of it. We see more kills from Lakel's, less deaths, and securing this Roshan is very important for mith.trust right now, and he's going to get stacked. He already has his Butterfly completed, and he is hitting like a truck. And sure, Alchemist might be stacked, but what about the rest of his team? Fight Cannon will do damage to every hero in 1,000 unit range, and these weak supports without a Ghost Scepter up right now, we saw Quab just drop in the fight too. Wow, what are these couriers just like doing in these most random places?
There is a courier in the base, and there's a courier that just YOLO across the map, blazing
the feed Alchemist more gold strategy, as if he needs it. Though I mean, if he gets Abyssal right now, what are they gonna do? I think they can just man mode any of these heroes during the BKB or the spin even. Although I think wasting it on Juggernaut might be a mistake. He does actually have the gem right now. It looks like we see 2 gems on the side of mith.trust.
Oh my god!
Ooh, wow!
Massive disconnect coming out from Rising Star. I guess they're playing the same house, and hopefully we could get everything back. But this. Again, we got ourselves a game here. It's kind of crazy. Looks like everybody's reconnecting in just a moment's time.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, so I guess a bleep on the internet. But
this game still anybody's game at this point.
It's actually. Really
I would say that mith.trust has an advantage after that Roshan. I actually thought Rising Stars had a pretty big advantage going into there, but just a couple of misplays and a couple like good buybacks by mith.trust, forcing the issue, really forcing them to come at me, bro, inside the Roshan pit.
Yeah, and Alchemist, I mean, didn't come at him, unfortunately. I don't know why not. Also, Queen of Pain, earlier we saw her blinking in. got picked off quickly. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they can just wait for the cooldowns. Like, most of their important spells are on really short cooldowns, like Sheep from the Queen of Pain and Chemical Rage. Those are like the two most important things right now on the side of Rising Stars. And if they just wait it out and just pick off a hero every time those two are up, they could have easily taken Roshi. But looks like mith.trust will be content to farm just a little bit more. Abba actually getting pretty good items right now. FaZe, Yasha, BKB, almost Desolator up. So they have a lot of minus armor to deal with Xiaotuji.
Xiaotuji does have 5k going in the buyback. I think a portion of it will be going into his buyback, or maybe he's just saving it just in case he needs it. What else do you think is going to be necessary the next item choice?
Abyssal.
Basher?
Abyssal, yeah. Abyssal or MKB. One or the other I think is pretty good.
I mean, there is a Butterfly student online, so maybe going for MKB first. It's going to be a little bit more effective.
Yeah, I mean, he's running into that problem where he actually might not have enough slots. He has Shadowblade, BKB, Boots, Battle Fury, and Assault Carriers. That's 5 of 6. One more, and he's going to be done.
So I guess in the ultra late game, you replace your treads with your travel. You
Right.
actually sell your Battle Fury, right? It's not as
I would
important.
probably sell Shadowblade. Shadowblade's
Really?
only 3,000 gold.
I mean, I don't think it's a goal. It's more so in terms of what it does for you in a team fight. And it allows you at least
They have
some
gems,
chase a little
though.
bit.
They have gem.
It's just a nice attack speed item. and
Right, I
chasing
mean,
item.
Manta style would be nice too, just because they have a lot of single target from TA and Juggernaut. I think
Sure,
that
yeah.
Manta style would be good. I think a Butterfly would be good, although I think Gyrocopter will pick up an NKB very easily. But I think Abyssal is pretty much necessary at this point. Butterfly would be nice, but I think Gyrocopter will be able to keep him farm and get an MKB. What other items can he go for? He can go for, again, Manta, not a bad choice. We've seen the Alchemist get it. It's also really nice for a split push. We could just see him get a straight up Daedalus or MKB and just man mode these heroes. Satanic even wouldn't be bad. He doesn't have an orb yet.
I mean, he has lifesteal from Vlad's. I think he sells the TP, go bots, maybe sell Shadowblade and the Battle Fury and just go MKB Basher.
His item choice is going to be really, really important. Again, Alchemist, by far the leader on the net worth on the side of Rising Stars. The second place for Rising Stars, not even half the net worth of Alchemist. But looks like Queen of Pain's doing okay too. She has a side, and again, they've been giving a lot of room for this Alchemist to get the gold that he needs. But they're going to start needing some items soon on the Lone Druid. Let's check his status right now. All he has the Armlet Maelstrom Vlad. That's not where you want to be 35 minutes in. But again, they do have Alchemist. And Queen of Pain has Scythe, a Plate Mail, and a Power Charge. Again, I think that Ghost Head would have just been much better choice than Plate Mail. They cost around very similar amounts of gold, and it will just straight up negate Omni Slash, straight up negate Flat Cannon. You don't have to worry about mitigation if you can just dodge it.
Yeah, I mean, there is some decent magical damage output from Rocket Barrage and things like Fable, but yeah.
I mean, she can blink. They don't look
Yeah,
at their
exactly.
disables right now.
I mean,
they don't have anything.
I think
Besides
that Ghost
TK.
Scepter is better, and even when you have like the upgrade and Abyssal Blade, you can actually shoot your allies with it now. Like for support, maybe that's a little bit too slow to run away from those flat cannon. You just debuff them with the Ghost Scepter, and everybody's safe. So, for the most part, the item choice is not exactly too impressive, at least from the Queen of Pain part. mith.trust item, I think they're perfect. Abba's going to be going for a Desolator follow-through, maybe to keep up with the armor debuffing here against the Alchemist.
I mean, all they need to do is kill Alchemist. If they kill Alchemist, they win the fight. But that is a tremendous, monumental task for them.
Well, we'll see whether they could have do it. It seems like they're doing a big push on the mid lane. They have the Aegis Immortal up still for a couple of seconds, or a couple of minutes for the Gyrocopter, and I think they just keep sending Gyrocopter up on the high ground, weakening up, but they of course have the
With
healing
the healing ward, dude.
Yep.
Healing
exactly
ward
it.
OP. I mean, they can try and snipe it with the gargoyles, but feeding that gold. I mean, Visage. It just seems like he's absolutely useless this game. Like I haven't seen him do anything. And
I mean,
he used to own triple lanes, but they didn't do try on try this game.
I mean, Visage farm jungle early on, and
Necroleak.
Necroleak, and now like Kells.
What
Black Hand
still?
up on the high ground here, got the healing ward.
Oh,
Looks
the
like that's
acid
before
spray.
Xiaotuji. He's not gonna pop the BKB. I think
He has healing ward.
Yeah,
Healing ward OP.
he has Aegis, so like.
Yeah, he's not scared.
Yeah, right now though, Alchemist is gonna be running out his ultimate in a couple of seconds. So next wave, if they see Alchemist.
Oh yeah, they have a small window right here.
Yeah, if they see the Alchemist ultimate debuffing, they're gonna just go and they're gonna try to send a bear up to kill the healing ward, but no cigar, Kel says. Not gonna give that one for free. And they're gonna keep trying it again. The thing is out. Shout out to y'all. They're gonna focus on Lakel's nice long range initiate. Look at the burst damage. They're actually gonna burst down the Aegis. This is pretty impressive. Nicely
They
played.
didn't really use anything for that either. I mean, they used the Scythe of Ice, but that's not really that big of a cooldown. And Lakel, I'm so surprised he didn't pop his BKB right there.
They have Glyph too.
They're in a very compromising position right now. Glyph I mean, the wall's already down, Aegis is down. Oh,
Abba gets rooted in the middle. BKB's pop, it doesn't do anything. The flat cannon's doing a ton of work right now. It looks like Xiao Juji's trying to man fight. He's walking back up everything. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter BKB doing a ton of work as well. They're gonna focus down R5. Xiao Juji's on the run. He's so low. He needs that Shadow Blade cooldown. Looks like a key Shadow Strike from air. It's gonna slow down Lakel's. They could kind of juke back and forth. They still have the rack standing, and they could go for a little bit more. Oh, what are you doing, Slipper? The two birds get the sun up, but there's another 200 gold. They're gonna blink Scythe, and this is where you go. No, looks like TNK is gonna come back in. Where's the wall? They're gonna get a stun against TNK, and they are gonna murder TNK. This is Ward doing a ton of work. Good defense here coming out from Rising Star.
Wow, that surge. Why did he surge himself instead of the Hex Gyrocopter? I think they could have gotten away with minimal casualties, minning 2. They did get the T3 out of it, and after that, with their BKB down, no Aegis, time to retreat. And again, I'm really just surprised he tried to surge back in there. But regardless, looks like Rising Stars, I would say, got the better end of the stick, especially after killing the Darkseer.
Yeah, they got the Aegis. I mean, that's a big win right now. They're going to get a tier 2 out of this exchange as well. That's a Glyph being forks out here. They could just go on the high ground, at least beat on it until maybe they have everybody back. And force you to go back. Xiao Juji popping his ultimate. Yeah, he just want to get as much damage on the tower as possible. Having the AC -5 armor or on the tower, very helpful. You got the bear, man. We forgot about him as
they're
well.
so slow to react to these pushes. They make them move so late. I mean, this T3 is going to go down before they do anything. Almost.
They're going to go back. They will take a save. They see a big wave on the bot lane. They're going to farm a ton of that. Does Xiao Juji have that teleport scroll? He does. He's up to 7,200 gold all of a sudden.
Wow. Rich
look
man.
At Alchemist, and now look back.
Straight up, just buy Abyssal. I mean, he tried to man mode right there. He got out man moded a little bit, but again, not dying there, very, very important. Still 3-2 and 3 for him. Rising Stars definitely has the advantage right now. 11 and 9, they're ahead in kills, they're ahead in gold. The gold difference almost at 5,000 XP, around 4,500 in favor of them. So it looks like the next Roshan, this one with the cheese, expiring or actually coming up in about 4 minutes time.
I'm very curious what he actually ends up picking up. Heart might be a necessary item as well. He picks up a Demon Edge, so that's going to be
need a Deeps, dude.
Yeah,
he needs Deeps.
I mean, he also needs HP.
Bring on the Deeps.
He needs HP. You saw how quickly he was going down earlier to a couple of Maelstrike and the Flat Cannons. Also, now there is a Desolator.
I mean, but you saw how fast Gyrocopter dropped, and that was without Xiaotuji hitting on him.
Sure, that's a fair choice as well. Fair point as well. mith.trust, smoke up behind. They want to basically walk in with the creep wave.
Do they have a gem on either side?
I quickly checked. There is a gem available on Quap, but Quap mostly stays back, right? So maybe you have a small window. They're waiting for somebody to push out up top. Maybe waiting somebody to push out mid, but
biding their time in mid, exactly what Rising Stars need to do. Wait out the smoking. Again, this next Roshan is very, very crucial.
They should have a sentry and observer on their hill, in my opinion, right now. Like, sure, it's gonna get dewarded immediately the next time that mith.trust is gonna push.
Yeah, but knowing that position is just so important.
Yeah, it is just worth that goal because just double jam up right now here on.
Oh, he looks like MKB picks up on Alchemist.
Yep, no surprise there. He's still got 3K gold in the bank. Is he going to draw a rotation up top? He doesn't have a teleport scroll. If Dire recognized that they could just storm in mid lane and take a Rax for free, is there a Glyph? There is Glyph, and Alchemists have to run back. Yeah. Oh. XDD.
The defense continues.
Yeah, the bear is going to be slowing down. The bear is actually providing a big part of a stop sign walking into the base. You also have to be careful about your healing ward micro, because the bear could easily walk in and snipe it very casually, I have to say. XDD inching forward. There's 2 gem on the side, so he can't really depend on Vendetta.
So a lot of wasted time there for mith.trust. I mean, Rising Stars was just pretty much able to farm all 3 letters right then, and mith.trust didn't get anything out of that smoking. No Glyph used, no heroes killed, and no Roshan secured. Again, this Roshan kill is just going to be very, very important for both teams. Although Alchemist is already 6 ladder right now, Aegis going on Queen of Pain or Lone Druid is going to be a very big change. And most importantly, denying Gyrocopter those items.
Smoke gang coming out here from Rising Star looking for a pickoff. They get a pickoff here. They probably win checking out on the buyback. Never mind, everybody has buyback available. Most of the important players. And mith.trust,
Eastern Dota at its best.
Having that map sense, I asked it for an 80-minute game. We're half there, guys. We're halfway there.
So the score is 11-9. Rising Stars 11, mith.trust 9 in this game 3 of the best of 3 series versus the 2 Group B loser bracket.
Yeah, this is, again,
do or die.
Do or die. situation. What did he steal? That was an acid spray. That's a good one here.
I know.
Minus
That
armor
minus
is already-
armor.
Look at that flat cannon. 2 flat cannons dead.
Wow,
Their
that
flat cannon is going
T3
to pick up those
melted.
birds. Very nicely done. But they're going to initiate on Lakel's Siphon Vice. And it looks like the 3-4 man impale. Look at the teams coming out here. Lakel's going to get bursted down. He will have buyback. Everybody's buying back. But the big wall is going to chase everybody back as well. They're going to straight up focus on the racks. There is no clip available. Abba trying to throw out the deeds. And they are going to successfully bring down a lot of Xiao2G's HP. But they got what they wanted, which is Raxes and the buybacks. TP out perhaps from Xiao2G. Even if Xiao2G dies with nice jukes. But I think the Rocket will eventually find him. But I mean, that's fine, right? You have the buyback. You're okay.
Yep. But I mean, that. Wow. I mean, Lakel's, again, second time we've seen him get caught without his BKB. Again, the decision making of mith.trust just a little bit in question here. They had a sizable advantage, but he just gave up the free ages earlier. He gave up the free kill and the free racks right there. I mean, use your BKB. Use it.
Blink Scythe is like the oldest trick in the book in terms of initiating. It was not only a Blink Scythe, but what, a 3 or 4 man impale.
I know, that was huge.
That broke their back,
assassin.
and guess what? It was a Alchemist Stun that followed through. Alchemist Stun has a small AoE in it. That stunned like 2 or 3 people. That did some insane damage.
I mean, Healing Ward and Mech was not enough to keep him alive.
I didn't even see word that Healing Ward. Maybe it got focused down by whoever, so kudos to whoever that did that. And Rising Star wins yet another big team fight. About 10,000 goalie now.
Roshan is about to respawn. All 10 heroes are up.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's no buyback critically. There's neither buyback really on both sides here. And I do believe Rising Star could just walk into the pit and start hitting it with at least a Bear and Alchemist.
Yeah, I mean, Alchemist is too much gold right now. 46 gold after buyback. What is he going to do?
He's got Basher.
Okay, so what is he going to sell? Shadowblade?
I think you sell the Basher. I don't think you need a cleave as much as you need the.
Oh no! Basher is on Lone Druid right now.
Oh my God.
Battle Fury. Yeah.
I mean, that's still a big item. Looks like R5 is gonna stun himself.
I mean, look at how much damage it does to him.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness! Wow. What
a pick off. I mean, sure you gave 100 gold.
Oh my goodness.
This ward doing some next level work right now, and here we go. Xiao2G says, "You're down, hero. You're down support. We're gonna keep going." And look at the Roshan just getting mauled up. Who's gonna pick up Aegis? Who's gonna pick up Cheese? Queen of Pain has the Aegis, and Lakel wants the man fight here. No, the Basher and the Roots are going on Lakel's. Xiao2G's getting man fight. He gets broken down. I don't know how they're doing this, but they're killing.
That was a sick vacuum wall.
The Bear is dead as well. Mofi's on the run. He's gonna have a teleport scroll, but can you TP out? The deeps are right there.
They need a push right now.
No,
he doesn't have buyback for 3
He's
minutes.
Done.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Jesus. No buyback on Lone Druid because he picked up that
That's
Basher.
huge.
But there's a double TP back because they don't have the creep wave advantage. Just backdoor. I think mith.trust got this backdoor. Shiva's guard.
60 seconds down on Alchemist.
Holy crap.
Wow. I mean, that was a very, very good vacuum wall by TNK, setting that up for them right there. Is Aaron in trouble here? I mean, he does have an Aegis, but nope, no lockdown.
He might lose the Aegis to the Rocket. What level is this Rocket?
It's only level 2.
Okay. He's going to heal up to the tower. Most likely, it's going to do a significant damage.
Okay, so 40 seconds down. I think this is just a free rack for them.
I think. Nice mana burn by XTD, just taking away.
Again, I kind of saw this problem going early. Like, he has too much gold right now. He has 4,500 gold right now. What? He can't survive in team fights. He can't pull his teammates. He can't buy back. And again, this wasted gold at some point is going to be a problem.
Well, they have the glyph available. They are up a rack, so they're trying his best. Nice Grave Chill. That's going to slow the attack speed. But you can see that Gyrocopter already saying, all right, man.
Can they even take out this one Rex?
I think so. I mean, Gyrocopter's not here to do the damage.
That's slow.
It's so damn slow. They will finally get it. The Shiva's guard doing a little bit of work. And Lakel's getting focused. He's getting sniped. Where the hell is that BKB? Sonic Wave comes through as well. But he doesn't care. The Desolator focusing as well as the Flat Cannon. It looks like Nyx Assassin will just die in the background. That second lane of melee racks, that will go down. Here comes the Cavalry. Aaron misses Scream. It looks like the stun as well as the Bear is going to miss as well. Yes, and they can turn it around. They will lift him up. They will toss him up. Buyback still on cooldown, and he will die a second time. I think Lakel's is getting out man-fight though. You can see that Abra doing a ton of work. Gyrocopter will finally die, and the 2 solo mid will now go at a triple kill on Xiao2G, but he still doesn't have buyback. Where's the buyback on your Gyrocopter? Does he have it? He doesn't have it for a couple more seconds. Well,
yeah, they got the second rack, so that is just very, very important. They got so much out of that. I mean, Rising Stars had an advantage. They had the Aegis and the Cheese, but dropping 2 racks after that, wow. I mean, mith.trust getting back in this game, and I mean, it's still anybody's game though at this point.
I mean, normally you say a Desolator 35 minutes as a pickup on Templar Assassin in this game. I mean, when she picked the BKB, we were asking, what does that do, right? Doesn't she get shredded? But at this point in the game, because
they have to focus on the gyrocopter.
they have to focus on
They use
gyro,
so many
great
spells
point.
on him.
And that allows Abba to do whatever the hell he wants. And by going full glass cannon now with a Desolator, it is a perfect item pickup here. And he's doing, like, the minus armor. You see the big deeps coming out from gyrocopter, and those are the big numbers. But the minus armor is actually what's
Yeah, it really allows him to man fight Alchemist. I mean, I personally don't like Alchemist build right. I don't really think he needs a BKB. Again, what is a block? Vacuum wall, telekinesis. Like, whoop-de-doo. Those aren't that big. If you have another item, like let's say Butterfly, I think would be huge for him. Or even Mjolnir for more damage. I think either of these would be better pickups. It synergizes very well with his ultimate. And again, he has so much gold right now, but he just can't use it. He really needs to spread the farm a little bit. Again, 0, 3, 12 on Mofi. Mofi does not have that many items. We haven't seen 12-slotted bear. Doesn't look like he's going to get there either.
Yeah, in the last 5 minutes or so, Alchemist has not really farmed any creeps, and he's just losing out in terms of the farm.
Oh,
chart.
he sold his boots. Okay, boots are travel.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't. It's not a direct combat kind of item, so it doesn't really give you too much. So far, he has buyback, and of course, boots of travel.
See a smoke from Mith.trust.
And they're looking for a big
This could be
pickoff.
it.
Yeah, I mean, if you do you have Scythe available? There's no Scythe just yet, so there's no kind of an instant giving.
There's the buyback on Alchemist at long last.
Oh, Abba's gonna come right in. He sees XDD. They have definitely gem. They're gonna focus on Abba. Gotta focus him down before he pops the BKB. Vacuum wall. That's doing a ton of work, but the deeps is being dumped out by Xiaotuji. It's going on the cows. Somebody kill that healing ward. It's healing way too much damage right now. Super, what are you doing? The healing ward still putting up. There's finally a kill, and Xiaotuji's on the chase. Blink, scream. They're gonna focus on the GG slash. He's gonna be the sacrificial lamb. Can he kill air? They're gonna focus back on air. Air blinks back out here. Looks like SC's gonna be dead. Oh no, SC's actually focusing where the bear's gonna be there. The flat cannon is just killing everybody.
Oh my
Nobody
goodness.
focusing on the kills. And now Xiaotuji's on the run. They see him on the run as well. Because that Shadow Blade is actually a big part of his team fight because he has to run, he has to reposition. He's got to TP out. And that top melee racks, top range racks gotta get defended. But guess what? mith.trust is right here. 4 people is dead. And where the hell are the buyback here coming out from the Radiant team? There is no buyback. I think mith.trust will be advancing to the second stage. No, double buyback comes back immediately from Rattle, or excuse me. Did I just call him Rattle? No, Rising Balls got the buyback, and they're coming back in for Lakel. Scythe, the Sun, no BKB. Lakel's gonna get picked off. They got a tier 3 of exchange, but
wow.
what is this game?
This game is
this
absurd.
real life Dota? Bash him out of that TP, no bash. TNK's on the run. Surge is gonna be cooling down. He's got 1, he's got charges, but no, the Sun's gonna come through. It's gonna fly through right now. He's just gonna get closer and closer. Scythe, look at these teams.
Wow.
Holy crap. Do you just draw that big arrow to the mid lane now and say go, or do you defend? What is the call right now, really?
I mean, they have to push. Alchemist, again, 6-slider right now. He's not going to get any stronger as this game goes on. And Gyrocopter down. They need to force out a buyback from the Gyrocopter at the very least. They are 3 racks down, no T3 towers up for them right now. So just the melee racks on bottom, range racks on bottom, and range racks in mid right now. And that is all that is left standing. I mean, this is just such a close game. I thought that mith.trust had it in the bag after Flat Cannon killed 4 of them, but again, where was the BKB? Where is the BKB from Gyrocopter? He, again, got Blink Scythe and...
I think it was on cooldown. Like, the team fight were so close to each other. I didn't check it. Maybe it was on cooldown. Darkseer buys back. Gyrocopter has a buyback. Looks like he's going to just try to save it. And Xiaotuji is just a one-man army going to work right now. Looks like, oh, that's a nice spell by our... Oh, no, that's an acid spray. That's a big one here to spell. Again, Xiaotuji is going to dump a stun. It's going to go on TNK. TNK just bought back. So if he dies here, that's it for him. In fact, it's going to be Xiaotuji going to be getting a Rex. They're focusing. Glyph is going to get forced out. These birds, let's not forget, they do a significant amount of DPS as well. Here comes a TP from Gyrocopter. He's got to pop the BKB ASAP. He does. Call down's going to get dropped, and the Black Cannon begins. Blink dagger forward from Abba, but the Ghost Scepter looks like they lift him up. And where is the Xiaotuji? Is he turning back in? He doesn't have he doesn't have his ultimate just yet. Xiaotuji gotta be extremely careful. Lakel's gonna get picked off a second time. That's it. He does have buyback. He's gonna come back in. He doesn't have
BKB though.
He doesn't have BKB. And he does have Satanic though. So Rising Star, are they gonna balls up?
I think
balls.
they should.
They're gonna come back in. What is the
balls.
courier doing? These couriers are going YOLO mode. SC's gonna get picked up. Lakel's gets scythed up. How many scythe have gone on Lakel's? He's got Satanic. He's got to fight. He's gaining life, but look at these crits. It's not gonna be enough. Abba's gonna get picked off a second time. And is this the game? Xiaotuji going on Abba. Abba Refraction not gonna do the work. They have Discover R5.
That is a wipe.
That is a full team wipe. Xiaotuji says, I'm
Rubik
in
buys
front
back,
of your
but
tier 4.
wow.
Rubik buys back, and that will force him off the tier 4. And they called the GG.
GG.
What
looks like a
conclusion.
4 Chinese team winners playoff.
What is going on? What a spectacular finish of Group B. Xiao Tuji. We doubted him. But
I know. I think a lot of the BKBs, though, that scythe pickup from Queen of Pain is so clutch for this game. I mean, 2 and 3 for Queen of Pain. Yeah, that was just huge. Blink Sheep.
Used
so
to be good 10 years ago. Still pretty
good.
Still good here today.
Wow. Well played by Rising Stars. They will be our winners for this lower bracket finals for Group B. It looks like we have our 4 teams.
Wow. So it's going to be LGD, Vichy, Rising Star, Rising Ball, Rattlesnake,
Rising Balls.
The 2 RS teams are just like
you almost called GG too early there, Louis.
I mean, it's hard not to, right? Like the game was just so back and forth. I wanted to see the goal chart. Well, now it's just
he has 11,000 gold at the end. Look at this Alchemist.
Whew. Well,
first world problems.
I think our voices are a little bit shot, so we're gonna send it back to the analyst table really quick. But that was some game.
Yeah, that was a game.
I mean,
it was starting out slow for the first 25 minutes, but it got super exciting at the
50-minute Dota, good Dota.
Not 80 minute. 80-minute Dota is not good Dota. Okay, and now we'll pass it along to our analysts, see what they have to say about this game.
Woo! What a game. I mean, absolutely back and forth. That was a roller coaster of a game.
Yeah, it really was. The last 10, 15 minutes, I went between each team being like, okay, they're going to win. Okay, they're going to win. Every team fight was so close to swinging either way.
Yeah.
Like, the carry, I can't even imagine their nerves when they finally pushed in and won the game. Like, it must have been insane.
I mean, you could definitely see the nerves. Things like the courier just that courier when it died mid, it was just wandering down the middle lane, dies at the tier 2. There was not an allied hero within 2,000 units or more, and then it happened again. Obviously, at that point in the game, at the very end, didn't matter, but a lot of mistakes from both teams. I think that's just going to happen in this kind of a chaotic game. And you look back to that one push where mith.trust, they had all the momentum in the world. They had the first Aegis. It's so hard to break the base against a Chinese team. It's something that Brax has talked about a lot for LGD International, something that they learned the hard way when they moved to China. It's one thing to get ahead in the laning stage. It's much different to actually end the game. We saw that especially when they played against Invictus Gaming in the G League LAN finals. And it happened again here. mith.trust, they had a fat gyrocopter, they had a pipe and a mechanism on their Darkseer. They had an Aegis, they had Healing Ward. I mean, these are the tools you need to break a base. Pretty much everything the Doctor ordered. Templar Assassin overextends, jumps into the tier 3 tower, or the tier 4 actually, ends up dying there. And from there, the push kind of falls apart. They start to lose their momentum. Xiao Tuji had been ahead all game. Then he sort of slows down. You go 38 minutes. A few minutes later, there's a Desolator on the Templar Assassin. They go for round 2. They don't end up breaking it there either. Then R5 self-stuns himself near the Roshan pit after stealing Alchemist's Unstable Concoction. That cost them the next Roshan. Yeah. It was one of those games where both teams were making a lot of mistakes. I mean, the list even goes on further. You go to 44 minutes into the game, that amazing vacuum wall that completely turns the game back around. All of a sudden, you think mith.trust is going to take this game. They kill the Alchemist. He doesn't have buyback. I honestly, my stomach was in knots. I can't imagine what the players were feeling like.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. And even looking at the items that Alchemist made, the casters were really unsure about what they wanted, and it's the case of Alchemist needing 8 item slots. He needed to get a Basher, and he also wanted Evasion on top of that, but he just didn't have enough slots.
And he needed an MKB because Gyrocopter had a Butterfly. I mean, it was too much, and you know, Purge, you go even a little bit later than that. Alchemist dies again around 45 minutes right after buying back his buyback, or right after respawning. He'd bought back earlier. Buyback's still in cooldown. We go then to 49 minutes, and it was that last pickoff. The team that made the last mistake, that cost them the game. Darkseer gets picked off at the base, doesn't have buyback because he just used it, and they really couldn't fight without him. The key to their fights was the Darkseer. Once they lost him that late, they didn't have a shot.
They need the wall, really. The Gyrocopter had tons of AoE damage because he had Butterfly and things like that, but a single target damage I don't think was quite enough. They needed a little bit more on top of that to maybe like 3 heroes up to focus on him, or the Wall Illusions to really get the damage out, because he focused all on those AoE items. He never grabbed a Divine Rapier. He had a Satanic so that he could just stay alive longer, and it wasn't enough single target damage to kill the Alchemist. And once he was able to actually right-click people, it did enough.
And we also saw what happens when it goes late enough and the Gyro's BKB charges get low. It's only 5 seconds. With Darkseer not there because he died right away, Gyrocopter just had to man up, pop his BKB, and go in. And that's where Rising Stars very smartly and I think very very good composure under pressure. They just back up, they wait out the BKB, then they go back in and they win the game. So, wow, what an incredible way to finish off Group B and finish Phase 1 of the International 3 Eastern Qualifiers. Guys, we are only getting started, but we are going to be taking a break from the qualifiers for the next few days. This now sets up our playoff brackets. The action will resume on the 28th of May. let's take a look at those brackets. So we're going to be seeing LGD Gaming versus Rising Stars. Your first place, and I got to say very convincing first place team from Group A. 2-0'd both teams they played. They'll be playing Rising Stars. Kevin, what do you think? Do they have a shot?
I think they have a shot. They were looking pretty good here, but I definitely would give the favor to LGD China. I think they're definitely the stronger team. Rising Stars looked pretty fantastic. I was really impressed with Super's play this game as well. We talked about how he didn't really have that much high impact, but then every time I would look at his KD, it was like 6-1 or something like that. It was super impressive, despite the game being tough. Yeah. So I think they have a really good shot of taking games off of them, but I definitely think LGD has the better advantage.
Merlini, Luminous, looking at this match, any keys to the match for you? Anything that you're going to be keeping your eyes on? Do you guys think that Rising Stars can actually take down LGD?
I think that Rising Stars just made too many mistakes. I think LGD is just a really clean, organized, and they're not very prone to mistakes. And I think LGD will crush them.
Yeah, in longer games, teams that make less mistakes have less chance of winning. So I think if Rising Star, if they want to go for, if we want to steal 2 wins, which seems really hard, they gotta play some aggressive early game. Night Stalker, good. Wisp, good. Just go for the early game wins. Don't try to take on 50-minute with Alchemist and try to buy back BKB and questionable item choices. I mean, at the end of the day,
they need ghosts.
Yeah, they need ghosts. They need EB. Like it's. I think if you go a 50-minute game like that against Vichy, against LG, you flat out lose. Like you're not good enough.
I mean, they're good, but one or two mistakes in the past 30 minutes, and that's just all it takes against a good team, and they will just capitalize it and just punish you for it heavily.
I mean, you look at this match, and it really was, as well as both teams played as many big plays as they did make, it was the mistakes that decided the game, and it was just mith.trust that made that one extra mistake at the very end. I'm not pinning it all on TNK getting picked off as Darkseer, but that was just the final mistake. The team that made the last one, the team that loses. So, well, that's our first match for the playoffs, but we do have another one, and that's going to be Rattlesnake versus Vici Gaming. Kyle, if you could just show us the brackets again real quickly. Looking at this matchup, Vici Gaming, I wouldn't say they looked shaky, but I don't think they look quite as well. I guess you could say for LGD China, they sort of struggled a bit against Dreams. I think that was kind of a bad matchup again for them. But Vici Gaming, they looked, if anything, probably a little more comfortable in the group stage.
Yeah, they had one game where they had some trouble breaking base. I believe that was against Dreams, if I'm not mistaken.
For Vici?
Yeah, for Vici Gaming.
I think that was versus Mineski because Dreams is in
the other one. So the other one. Yeah, they had a little trouble breaking the base in one game, but other than that, they looked really strong. Their game 2, they looked fantastic, and I think they have a really good shot of going through towards the finals. I wouldn't be too surprised.
Predictions.
LGD. Oh well, okay. I'll give it a. I don't know. I would say probably 2-0 for Vici. I'm pretty confident with them.
Yeah, for Vici Gaming, I mean, this is a tough piece of mutton, but I think in the end they'll rip off enough hunks. They'll take it 2-1. I do feel this will be the closer of our 2 best of 3s, and I think Rattlesnake can at least take 1 game off of Vici.
I'm actually going to make the counter prediction. I'm going to say 2-1 Rattlesnake, and this is mostly off the games I've casted at DSL. They are actually red hot at DSL. They did lose the series against LG Gaming 2-1. It was a very close defeat. The only thing that concerns me right now is the games are going to be played in, 5 days? And a team could change very quickly up or down in 5 days. But if they're playing right now, like this moment, I put money on Rattlesnake 2-1. But I don't know what happens in 5 days.
2-1 Vici for me.
2-1 Vici.
I mean,
It's going to be close.
Solid,
yeah, I'm going to agree with Purge.
I mean, when they're hot, they're hot.
Yeah, this is a series to me that could go anywhere. The other one, it's definitely LGD, like no questions asked. This one, I think it's a lot closer.
I mean, we've seen some individual performances where players just carry their teams. Lakel's in that Clinks game earlier today. And then, I mean, as well as Lakel's played, yeah, exactly. CTY, talk about a guy who can carry his team to victory. He snowballs like Lakel's did as that Clinks. I wouldn't say every game, but it damn well feels like it.
Yeah, especially in that best of 3. They played both games. He played fantastic. Got tons of kills and got more CS than the safe lane farmers. That's with contestation, like how can you outlast hit your opponent that bad? It's amazing.
You know, a lot of people have been saying, oh, you can't really win middle lane anymore because everyone just bottle crows and plays defensively. You put a hero like Magnus there. It doesn't matter if he's getting out CS, he'll get his core items. I think players like CTY are, if not completely dispelling that theory, then they're certainly undermining it. And I mean, it's exciting seeing that mid play where it's dynamic and actually matters. I mean, to me, that's what I want.
Yeah, that's something that the scene has been lacking a bit. Everybody's been looking at players like Dendy and being like, he doesn't matter as much. But seeing a player like CTY come in and just get those last hits on the same typical heroes as the past, even with bottle crowing, is pretty impressive. It makes the game a lot more fun.
Nerf bottle crow, please.
We'll see.
Battlecrow best strat, guys.
IceFrog has said publicly that 6.78 will be released before the International 3. Now, whether Battlecrowing will be nerfed remains to be seen. But, guys, that wraps it up for the group stages. We will now move forward into the playoffs, but the playoffs won't resume until May 28th. So the players have a few days off while the G1 League LAN finals get underway. LGDU China won't be preparing, or they'll be just playing those, so they won't have time to sit back and prepare as much as the other 3 teams. But you imagine it'll be good preparation for them nonetheless, playing against those top teams. Speaking of the G1 League LAN finals, we will be broadcasting them here on Beyond the Summit. We're going to be coming back to you guys rather early tomorrow. I believe it's 8 or 7:30 p.m. PST, which is in under 12 hours from now.
Oh,
So
man.
it's like 10 hours from now, a little bit less. That's when our pregame show will start. We don't know the exact schedule for the day. We just know the start time. It's going to start with the All-Stars match. So the G1 League LAN finals, they loom tomorrow. It's going to be
That's
exciting.
going to be so cool. Who's on the? Do you know who's on the All-Star teams? I know it's Korok for the non.
I think
the Western one.
Korok, Mushi,
Some Alliance
Loda,
players.
Loda, S4.
Aki.
and Ake. So it's
Yeah,
like
the Western team is like 2 solo mids and two solo mids, 2 carries, and then 1 support. And then the Chinese team is like a very well-balanced group of players in terms of their standard roles. So, well, we're going to see how versatile these players are.
It should be fun. I think it's 3 LGD players,
I have
or
the
sorry,
full list
IG
here. I have the
players.
full list here. So
Do it.
IG,
Go for it.
YYF, 430, Chuan, DK Burning, LGD Xiaowei.
That's
And the reason
sick.
they had like different teams is that each team had to have at least 1 player on the All-Star team. So they just maxed out on IG, maxed out on Lions, and then threw in like.
I want to see
other
Lotus
randoms.
support.
Yeah, I want to see Lotus support.
We'll see if that happens.
Loda offlane, guys. He's got that.
I don't know. I think Loda's going to convince someone else to support him. I don't see him not playing the 1 role.
Yeah, I don't really blame him.
He's
I mean,
persuasive.
yeah, he is
It's the
definitely.
hair.
Yep.
Well, guys, with that being said, the G1 League LAN Finals coming up. Our pregame show will start in about 10 hours, so we're going to try and get some sleep before that. We hope you guys enjoyed today's coverage. Congratulations once again to Rising Stars, Vici Gaming, and then our 2 Group A entrants who make it onto the playoffs, Rattlesnake, as well as LGD Gaming. God, I got them all. It's been a long day. We're going to let you guys get some rest. The rebroadcast will start soon. We will see you in 10 hours when the G1 League LAN Finals kick off. And as for the International 3 East qualifiers, those will resume on May 28th. For more information on that, be sure to follow Beyond the Summit on Facebook and Twitter. But for now, it's LD, Purge, Merlini, as well as Luminous, signing off. Have a good one.